I read a recent report that said that 45% of people with an intellectual disability would describe themselves as lonely versus the general population, which is around 10%, which is pretty heartbreaking. So I'm Callie Bowman. I'm the chair of the Melbourne Inner East Special Olympics Club. And most importantly, I'm mother to a Special Olympics athlete whose name's Amelie, and we love Special Olympics. You know, we had a very straightforward pregnancy. She was born with very few dramas, and we came home quite typically as a family. But a few weeks later, they noticed that she was failing to thrive, so wasn't putting back on birth weight and so forth. There was something in the back of my head that things weren't quite right, but you don't know to trust your instincts at that time. She kept falling behind in her developmental milestones. So I was part of a mother's group, and she was the last to lift her head, the last to roll over, last to sit unsupported, the last to crawl. So we probably spent well over 2 years on this conveyor belt of specialist appointments and the roller coaster of missed developmental milestones and really poor sleep and so forth. But then we picked up and came to Australia, which at the time was probably a bit crazy because we had no support network here. But we met a wonderful pediatrician. So she referred us to a neurologist, and that neurologist in the first appointment almost instantly said, we're going to order genetic testing, and it's with the genetic testing that we got our answer. And she told us that the outcome was something called Smith-Magenis syndrome. It was quite confronting to know that it was going to be a permanent thing, with a lifelong thing that she would require support and likely all the way through adulthood, so not live independently. Look, I think often people with a disability have more challenges making social connections and building those friendships, and a lot of that comes down to others just not having understanding or awareness. So I think people with a disability often do feel quite isolated, excluded, which would make anyone really lonely and maybe feeling undervalued. Ashwood School's PE teachers are really proactive around letting us parents know about what other kind of extracurricular activities or community sport opportunities might be out there for our kids. So Special Olympics was one of the ones that was recommended to me. So I signed her up for bowling, which she loved, made friends almost immediately. And then I just saw her confidence grow. And so then we looked at other aspects, and so we signed her up for athletics, and then we signed her up for winter sport, and actually athletics and winter sport are now her go-to sports. Her belief in herself has increased. I think even during COVID time, just the resilience piece, willing to give things a go. Being driven by the friendships and by the social element to get involved in these things. This is something we didn't see from Amelie before.
My name is Amelie, and I like to do skiing. It is my favorite sport, and also running.
What is your favourite thing about being involved in Special Olympics?
Having fun and seeing my friends.
I think fundamentally, and it's something I never knew would happen, is it's become this community and people who get it, who understand, who have common lived experience. The term, again, Special Olympics might play in people's mind that, you have to be elite or you have to be the best at things, and that's not it at all. It's very focused on all abilities. It's about giving it your best go, and also celebrating each other's achievements as we go through it, which as time goes on is really beautiful. So, it's become this beautiful community that we didn't know was there, and now I can't imagine not having there.